I've been asking God to just take me back to who I was. We are on 10K. I didn't want anyone to know. And living in Cape Town is expensive. I was so busy and I was also so filled with rage. I didn't really get a time to like think about things. Our friendship got very strained. I was just not myself.
Hello stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town.
Hi guys, miss me? Oh my goodness. Hi guys. Yo. Yo. Where do I begin? First, let's start with celebration. Let's start with good news. Let's start with positivity. Welcome back to a new video. We are on 10K, which is insane. Thank you. Yeah, like yesterday, I think everything has just been going on that I don't know what made me. No, I got an email yesterday as I'm just like going through my things. I get an email yesterday and it's like, congratulations, you've reached 10,000 from YouTube. I'm like, what? I reached 10,000? Oh gosh. But yesterday was really like a good day for me because I took a very difficult decision, and you know, I was just feeling down for the most part. And I think yesterday Monday or Tuesday, I don't know, but it just felt like a new beginning for me. I started the day really positive and it felt that way the whole time, the whole way through. I just felt really good. And so when I saw the YouTube news, it was really later on in the day, like almost nighttime, and I was like, just to top off my day, to seal the day, you know, I got the best news that we have reached 10K. Thank you guys so much. Y'all know. Like, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for helping my channel grow, even though janky manigi everywhere. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you guys for continuing to grow even when I'm like, you know, so sporadic and here and there and inconsistent, but the family just keeps growing, which means like people are continuing to like refer the channel. I know, like my friend was telling me the other day, Wuti, a guy was telling him Wuti, he walked into work and at M7 they were watching my channel. That was like mind-blowing to me because I'm just like, oh my, like business girlies, you know, girlies that are on their shit, on their work shits, like they actually care about what I'm doing. It's crazy. So thank you guys so much. We're on 10K and up and onwards and better. Oh my god. I just want to thank everyone that's here. I want to thank God for my perseverance and, you know, here and there consistencies. I want to thank, you know, for the people that pushed me to start this channel, everyone that used to ask me on Instagram, and mostly I think it was Instagram because that's all I was active on back then, that, you know, please can you start a channel, I never knew that it would be so good for me as well, so therapeutic for me as well. So thank you guys for pushing me to start the channel, because without you guys having made me even look into this type of thing, I would have never even known, you know. So I'm so grateful. It's crazy that there's just like 10,000 people watching me make a video. It's wild a little bit, but yeah, I'm so happy because for the most part it's always positive people. I think YouTube is such a different space than Instagram and whatever. Maybe time will prove me wrong, but I honestly, and I always say this, like I've honestly met the most heartwarming people in my comments. It's just like so nice, you know, like when I see like people write in different languages, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like for me, I was wondering, would other people be able to relate, especially when you like speak your language sometimes, and you know, those language barriers. But it's like the community is filled with all types of people: Xhosa people, Zulu people, Tswana people, Sotho people. Like, it's so nice, you know. So I'm really happy. Like, I'm so happy. If there's anybody else from any other country, please put your flag so that I know you're here as well, and I'll make sure that I keep that in mind and I acknowledge that. But thank you guys so much. I'm so blessed to have this family. I'm so blessed to be able to share my life and to make a profit out of it, you know. So here's to 10K. Cheers, guys. It's a blessing that people are interested in watching you and want to look at your life, and in a way that makes a sort of income for you, you know. I see the potential of YouTube. I see the potential it has to make money. Right now, I think my channel is still small, so it makes a very small amount of money. But for me, it's like, even if it made me 100 rand, nobody's gonna give me 100 rand. You know, nobody can do, well, people, well, come on, someone can give you 100 rand. But I mean, like, angazi, like, 100 rand, ngeke uzokwazi ukugibela iflight ungena 100 rand, you know. So it is important, and it goes somewhere, and it, you know, it goes a long way in my life. And so I appreciate you guys so much again, and here's to 10K. Cheers, guys. Like, I'm having a little drink. Someone who pulls up here like, you guys need to give the alcohol. Give the alcohol too much. But I have been on a little bit of an alcohol break. As you can see, I haven't even been going out. If you guys are on my channel and stuff, I mean on my Insta and stuff. But yeah, okay, I'm rambling. Let's continue. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys, and please run up the numbers. Tell somebody to follow this page, follow this channel. Okay, now let's get to the depressing part. Yo, so yeah, I've been very quiet, very MIA lately. Mainly, to be honest, it has been mostly financial reasons. And then a lot of contributing factors have also added to what was already piling up for me. So I'm a person that usually plans ahead. I'm like a super planner, and I think people don't take me seriously when I say like I don't have money, because they feel like, oh well, you have savings. But in my opinion, if you keep having to go into your savings to save yourself and to keep yourself afloat, then you haven't planned for your future as yet. And so those type of things, when I think about them, I feel a bit disappointed in myself. Like, yeah, these 2 months have been difficult, you know, because I didn't work in the summertime. This was December time, and then I also didn't do the July this year. I chose not to do it. Those were two major forms of income for me. So how I usually do things is that December I will pay my June and July rent, and then when I go to the July, I do the July and I work there for 2-3 days. And then, yeah, that money sort of just keeps me alive, keeps me going at the rate that I'm used to going. So without those two major incomes that I usually do within the year, I don't think I mentally planned for those things. So, yo, I'm thirsty after all that talking. I don't think I planned, and excuse me, I take accountability for that. So that's the worst part, is that when you have nobody to blame but yourself, you sort of like, you kick yourself a lot. And so just the limitations. I'm usually like a person who prides themselves in the fact that I completely provide for myself, and I'm able to do everything I want to do, whether there's a man there or not. I'm able to do everything. I'm able to spoil myself. I'm able to go on dates whenever I want. I'm able to drink whatever I want. I'm able to buy whatever I want, you know. Like if I decide today, oh, I need a little pick me up, I'm able to just go to the mall and buy myself a little gift. It doesn't have to be something, you know, overly priced or whatever. Yeah, we leave those things to the real niggas. I'm kidding. I will buy myself an expensive gift, but only in December, like for Christmas. I'm feeling so Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton. I'm feeling so Louis Vuitton. Go July and get winter. Feeling your Louis Vuitton. Yeah, understand the sense, Leon. So, I mean, like just things to like pick you up. You know, I'm like a huge pick me upper. Like if I feel like, oh, I'm about to have a very depressive day, I will do something to try and make myself feel good. I will buy myself something, or I will go to the mall, or I'll go on a walk on the promenade and be like, look girl, like you're just a little girl from Durban, you living in Cape Town in your own place. You know, I'll give myself those pep talks, you know. But I was so limited by finances these past 2 months that it really like put me into such a stressed place. And you know, if you I lost my trail of thought there. Fuck. But yeah, it really put me into a really stressed out place, and I would try and like get myself into a good mood and get myself into, yes, I remember what I wanted to say, is that not having money to do normal things is okay. I think I'm okay with, okay, my bills are paid, my rent is paid, my car's paid, you know, I'm okay with that. Oh, what is that? I'm okay with that. But my bills are expensive, and living in Cape Town is expensive. So what someone would deem as like just covering bills for me is about like 20,000 rand. That's just me covering my bills, you know. I have funeral cover, healthcare, wenani, you know. And it's like when you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm just scraping through, and I could potentially like get into a space where I'm late for like payments on my car or payments. It's like those things cause anxiety for me, because I'm like, what is your excuse? I've never had these type of issues since I moved to Cape Town. I think it was only in the first year when I just got here, and I quickly figured myself out. Not quickly, but once I figured myself out and I found my groove, I have been on a very good financial wheel. So it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm a bit low on money, but then being low on money meaning the minimum amount of money you can have is 20,000 rand. Yeah, bogus, it's a bit hectic, and you don't have a choice. Someone can say, why don't you live in a 1-bedroom or whatever? Where will I store my work stuff? I couldn't even take house calls anymore because I'm in the middle of like packing my things, and yeah, other reasons we'll discuss later. But yeah, so I wasn't in my full productive state. It's winter, there's no clients in winter, people are indoors, it was very cold, you know. Now things are starting to pick up as August starts, and it's great and it's wonderful, but it's like it's taking me a while to sort of shake the feeling and shake the fear of what has just taken place, you know. So yeah, I was super stressed. Sorry, I just uploaded something, so I wanted to make sure that it's up. But yeah, okay, great. But yeah, I was going through a lot financially, and for me, I was very depressed, and so many things happened in terms of my relationships with people in such a small space of time that, because I was so busy with work, I think that when things slowed down in winter, I sort of had to like really sit with my feelings. I had a lot of time, you know. I had a lot of time to really just sit and bath in the feelings. And you know, the questionnaire the other time also like triggered a lot of thoughts in my head that I don't think I realized until afterwards, that like, oh my god, people notice things that I think I have sort of pushed aside, you know, things about like, oh, your relationship with your mom, or what was another question? I can't fully remember everything, but like my situation with my sister as well. Like, people that know me know that me and my sister are like very close. We're like one person. So I think because I was so busy and I was also so filled with rage, I didn't really get a time to like think about things. And after that time, I think like I had to do a bit of like introspection and be like, yo, like you currently don't have contact with somebody who is a person that helps you make all your decisions. And yeah, it makes you start to feel very alone, especially when it's like, it's not like, oh, you can just call your mom and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going through this, whatever. Like, you really process things alone. You go through everything alone. My financial problems, I went through them alone, you know. And this isn't the first time, obviously, that me and my sister have had differences. So things like this happen all the time. And with time, they hurt less. But I don't think as human beings we were made to live alone and to survive alone. And so the fact that I live alone in Cape Town contributes. And then I also don't have strong relations with everyone also contributes. So I was in my feelings a lot. And yeah, it made me just terrible. Even with my friendships, like Tepi, our friendship got very strained. I was just not myself. I was isolating myself because I was sort of embarrassed about my financial issues, and I didn't want anyone to know, you know. Like, I think everyone is like that. Like, I was like, oh my god, I don't want anybody who's you know. So you sort of distance yourself, even when people are trying to hang out with you, to spend time with you. You make excuses and you sort of get aggravated. Like, excuse me, like, why do you even want to hang out? It's winter. You know, like things that don't even make sense. Like, of course people want to hang out. I mean, what about it being winter? Who cares? But yeah, I had a lot of anger and resentment and just, excuse me, a lot of feelings inside me that I needed to deal with. So yeah, as August came in, I went to church, I was praying. I've really been asking God to just take me back to who I was. Like, I remember, I think it was last weekend. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry during this video, please. I think it was last weekend. I randomly started watching my old YouTube videos. I even changed my TV. I had a TV. I bought a big TV, and then I left it in the room because I thought I was about to move, and then they would mount my old TV into my room. So this was before, I think, a while ago, probably May, June. I bought this TV. So it was in the room for the longest time, and then I was just like, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I put that TV here, and I've left that TV over there, but I just wanted to watch myself. I just wanted to watch myself in HD, in a better version. And I felt so sad. I was just like, what happened to this girl? Like, you know, when you start to see so many differences about yourself, I was like, oh my goodness, like, I used to be so happy. So happy. Like, I was so stress-free. I was so happy. What happened, you know? And that made me so sad. But it also motivated me, like, don't let this situation, like, swallow you. Like, get out of it. Like, you can see that you're unhappy. You can see that you're stressed. Do things to get yourself out of this, you know? Because for the longest time, I was stuck in this virtual mind. I don't know why, you know? But I somehow felt like I can't change my circumstances. I don't know why. Even when I did that Q&A, it was sort of like the last kicks of a dying horse, honestly. I had already started to sort of pull away, but I was just like, I need to do this video. I have said I was going to do it for like a whole month and a half, I think 2 months. Until I lost my phone and I didn't do it, you know, like a lot of things. So yeah, I really wanted to do that video, even though I was already just not feeling okay. And I also got, thank you so much for the people that checked on me and DM'd me and were just like, are you okay? What's going on? Hey, you guys are the best. So I also felt bad. It was, oh my gosh, like people are saying, you know, it's not a good thing, because you yourself, like, you don't want to feel pressure to rush your process, to rush yourself to feel good. You want it to feel organic, and you want it to feel right. You know, you don't want to rush yourself just because you're like, oh my god, people can't see that I'm unhappy. You know, I was unhappy. So yeah, Ogushamakaye is that I am back to single. This might come as a shock to everyone. I know. The thing shocked me too, to be honest. It's how would I begin to explain it? I think that I made a lot of exceptions, I think you'd call them, or excuses, mainly because I mentioned that I've known this person before we decided to start dating. So I've known this person for years. And I think when you're friends with someone, there's not a lot of things that they have to discuss with you. And I think that with the distance, a lot of things could be covered. And you know, because if you guys are seeing each other for a limited amount of time, it's like 3 days, 2 days, a month, it's like, oh my gosh, you guys need to fit all this goodness and loveliness inside these 3 days. And then in retrospect, I wish I wasn't so reluctant to go to Gqeberha as much as I was. I wish I went sooner, for me to be able to just, I guess, process better. I think that a lot of what I thought would have been the relationship wasn't actually what it was. And a lot of empty promises and being scared of losing my life. If being with somebody doesn't make you better, you know, I'm not saying everyone has to be like a fairy tale and just the perfect guy or whatever, but I know that I bring value into relationships. I know that when somebody is with me, it doesn't feel like they are just losing and losing and losing and giving and giving and giving, because I'm a huge giver. I almost overgive with my time, my emotions, my everything. Like if you have a problem, I'm a problem solver. If you want something, I'm overly giving, I'm overly accommodating, you know. And I think that it's either you're going to meet a guy who appreciates that and matches your energy, or you're going to meet somebody who just takes and gives nothing back. And if you're a natural giver, you only notice later that, yo, I'm depleted. Like I've focused all of my energy and all of my time on this one thing, and I've actually completely abandoned myself. So yeah, that realization for me came very late, when I realized, like, wait a minute, like, Sneh, what is going on, you know? And it took me a long time, and it took like my friends and my sister and everything just being like, dude, you need to call it off. Like, you need to call it off. And I didn't want to. And I kept a lot of things from them, because I was just like, oh, like, loneliness is such a dangerous thing, because you actually start to convince yourself that nothing is better than the situation you're currently in. I've been single for like a minute. You guys know, like, casually dates, like, you know, but a situation where it's like a relationship, it's been a while, you know, since I was in a relationship last year when I broke up with that lawyer. Yeah. So I think I didn't notice that I was getting too lonely to the point where I was ignoring red flags that I would not usually, you know, what do you call it, take. I'm very strict when it comes to relationships. Like, I know what I want and I want what I want. But with this, I think also it contributed that we were friends, you know. So I was like, oh, maybe this, oh, maybe that, oh, maybe this, oh, maybe that, you know. And I've gained weight. I was Like, I've gained weight. This past week I've started a diet again, trying to get myself back, you know, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I lost myself so much. And when you keep saying like, oh my gosh, like I can't give you anymore, I can't give you anymore, and this person is just like, just be patient, just be patient, just be patient, i.e. I still need from, you're telling me there's something wrong, but I still need you to take care of my needs, even though I'm not taking care of yours. So I don't think that he's a bad person, and I won't speak badly of him at all. I just think that in a partner, I think I've worked enough for myself to want somebody who is where I'm at in life, and where I'm at in mind, and you know, like, who has a plan. Like, I need you to have a plan. I'm such a planner. Like, I'm such a planner. So if you're a man, I need you to have goals and plans and what you're doing. You know, I need to know what we're doing. And that contributes to why I felt so lost as well. Like, it's so important to have a partner who's like breathing life into you, and who's also has a direction where he's leading you guys to. Because for me, like, I'm a lover girl, you know, so when I really love someone, I'll love them like completely, and I won't really think like how I usually think, because in my head I'm like, okay, here's a man, he's asking to lead. As a woman who's usually very overpowering, let me just chill and let you lead, and let me not ask too many questions, let me see what you're doing. But yeah, I definitely got lost in the sauce. I definitely got lost in the sauce, but I guess it was eye-opening for me. Like, I never thought that I would be able to love someone so naively again, with just past heartbreak. So I was like, oh, okay. It's good that my heart is still alive, at least. So, but yeah, I'm still working through my feelings. Sometimes I wake up, I'm just like, cool, great, we keep it moving, we keep it pushing. Sometimes I wake up, I'm like, why me? You know, like, why didn't God feel like I needed this relationship? What was the lesson? You know, what was the lesson in this? But yeah, so yeah, I've had a very emotionally challenging 2 months. I'll definitely have it down as just my time at Goisha, but I feel renewed. I feel like this is my first start, and what's happened has happened. I'm just gonna pick myself up and continue like I always do, you know. I'm a big girl, I'm a strong girl, and I'll always make it through everything, you know. So yeah, it's been very emotionally taxing, but I'm okay. So yeah, guys, I'm back, and we're back with our vlogs. I have been vlogging, I just haven't had the energy to put things together, but slowly but surely I stopped at some point. I was still trying to be delusional, but at some point I was like, fuck this. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for 10K. We're back, and I'm going to try and get myself back into a groove again. And yeah, I've missed you guys. I've missed uploading. I miss seeing this family grow, and so I definitely want to make sure that that happens. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and if you watched till this far, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button.